So we are into session 10, that is other feelings in relationship. In the last session, Deepa Didi has covered up to excellence. Didi has covered and compared excellence and competition. Hope you all remember the proposals. But anyway, let us quickly go through the contents that was discussed in last session. So, session 10, other feelings in relationship. We were discussing about interaction versus ragging, cooperation versus competition. Then today's session, we are going to discuss about gratitude versus ungratefulness and love versus infatuation. Hope you all are ready. So now let us start. So we started with discussing the feelings of trust and respect. The proposal for trust is the assurance that the other naturally accepts to make me happy, which is followed by the feeling respect. To make a successful program with the other, it is essential to rightly evaluate, just a minute, to rightly evaluate oneself and the other. So we have seen that right evaluation is respect. In fact, trust, that is the assurance, and respect, right evaluation, are at the base of any relationship. Then we discuss the proposal for affection, the feeling of being related to the other, acceptance of the other as one's relative. The other is like me. So this is affection. So once we have the feeling of affection, we have the responsibility and commitment for mutual fulfillment in that relationship. The feelings of opposition, jealousy, hatred are an indication of absence of affection. Is it not? Then we saw the difference between the interaction and ragging. So we are not going to discuss. We also saw some examples. Next, we move to the feeling of excellence. So excellence, understanding harmony and living in harmony at all four levels. As an individual human being, as a member of the family, as a member of society, as a unit in nature and existence. So the outcome of excellence is continuous happiness. And we saw the difference between excellence and competition. Didi was giving some examples also for excellence and competition. Hope we stopped here. So whenever we compare the feeling of excellence with competition, we can clearly see that excellence is self-referential. There is a definite contact. It is absolute feeling. Whereas when we say competition, we are comparing with others. We want to be better than other. We are differentiating. We want to be special. Is it not? So with respect to the feeling excellence, we have a definite contact. But with respect to the feeling of competition, definitely our contact becomes indefinite and there is no definite completion point. So it is relative, whereas excellence is absolute. Hope we all remember the contents that was discussed till this slide last week. Any doubts? Any queries before we move forward? Devi Didi, Satyendra Prasad Bhaiya, Geeta Didi, Ragama Didi, Rajendra Bhaiya. Any doubt? Shall we move forward? Yes, I think we can move forward. I think someone has responded in the Gita Didi has said, yes, nice. Thank you so much for your responses. Yes, we will move forward. Yes. Now, in today's session, let us start with the next feeling, reverence. So, in the previous slide, we saw the feeling of excellence. Excellence is understanding harmony and living in harmony at all four levels. And the outcome of excellence is continuous happiness. When we look into the feeling of reverence, the feeling of acceptance for excellence is reverence. The feeling of acceptance for excellence is reverence. That is, if someone is able to understand harmony and live in harmony, then I have a feeling of reverence towards that person, which is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. I'm having a feeling of reverence for those who have reached the state of excellence. So that is reverence. Note that excellence is in terms of right understanding and right feeling. It is different from skill. So this is an important observation we have to clearly understand. When our students, when we are putting forth the proposal of reference to our students, commonly students point out an actor or a cricket player or a football player, and they may refer to those persons and they would say that they have reached excellence. Any actor, any player whom they have having it as a model, role model. So when we put this proposal before our students, they may refer to those personalities and say they have reached excellence. So we have to draw the attention of our students that whenever we refer the feeling excellence, it is in terms of right understanding and right feeling. It is different from skill. The personalities, the celebrities, our students may highlight or refer, they may excel in a particular skill. But whenever we are talking about excellence, we are referring to right understanding and right feeling. So the very easy indicator of the feeling of excellence is continuous happiness. So we can help our students and we can draw our attention between the difference between occurring and excelling in skills versus right understanding and right feeling. Of course, while working for excellence, learning skills is far more easy because I am in harmony at all four levels. When I am in harmony, it is easy for me to learn any skills. For example, when I am troubled, when I am disturbed, do you think I can learn something? What do you think? I am disturbed inside. I am at disharmony. In that state of mind, will it be possible to learn a new skill, to master or excel in any skill? What do you think? Devi Ji is saying difficult. Yes, true, Devi. Whenever we are in disharmony, for example, I can say it for myself. If I am in disharmony, I won't take food because I'm deeply engrossed in that disharmony. I don't feel like eating itself. Hope every other also will agree with this. So let us draw the attention for our students the difference between right understanding and right feeling versus skill. Hope we are all clear with the feeling of excellence. So, for those who have excellence, those who have reached the state of excellence, I can have a feeling of reverence towards them. Okay, fine. Next, let us move forward. So, as a self-reflection, we can ask these questions to our students. You want to be excellent or to be special, different from other? What do you think? Do you want to be excellent or you want to be special and different from other? You can respond in the chat box or else you can unmute and you can reflect upon. I think everybody's provided with a mic or if you raise your hand, I can provide you the mic also. So, excellence, yes. We are getting the response in the chat box as excellence. Yes. The other wants to be excellent or the other wants to be special. What do you think? So I want to be excellent. That is fine. What about others? Do they also want to be excellent or do they want to be special? What do you think? Excellent. They also want to be excellent. Nice. You want to jointly make effort for excellence or you compete to be special? Yes, here also excellence. So together we are jointly making effort for excellence. Nice. Now, let me put this question. Which feelings are essential for teamwork to take place? Which feelings are essential for teamwork? Yes, it is again excellence. I can have trust, I can have respect, I can have affection. So all these feelings are essential. Yes, nice, Gita Didi. So all these feelings are essential for teamwork. So we can help our students that suppose if you are given a project or after getting placement, you are working in a team or you are working in a project, which feelings are essential? When the team will succeed, if the teammates have jealousy among them, hatred, enmity among them, will it be possible for the team to complete the project? What do you think? If the teammates they are having enmity, they are having opposition. Yes, Rahama Didi is saying from trust to love. Yes, true. All these feelings are essential for team development, team building. Yes, nice. Complementarity. Nice. Very nice, Gita Didi. So we can ask such questions to our students so that they will be able to differentiate what is essential for a team. These 9 feelings or feelings of opposition, hatred, enmity. Similarly, we can ask the next question. Which feelings are essential for taking help in understanding from others? Which feelings are essential for taking help in understanding from others? Respect. Yes, nice. So the feeling of respect is the other is similar to me and we are complementary to each other. If I am more responsible, then I will help the other person in understanding. If the other is more competent than myself, then I will take help from the other. Okay, so we can give small, small examples to our students for better clarity and for better understanding. Hope we all are clear with the feelings of excellence and reverence. Any doubt? You can raise your hand. Mic will be provided. We can discuss. Okay. Now, let us move to the next feeling, gratitude. Feeling for those who have made effort in terms of providing help in the process of my development, of my excellence. So I am having a feeling of gratitude for all those people who have helped in the process of my development, helping me to reach the state of excellence. So that feeling is gratitude. I can see that the other has a feeling of care, affection, trust, respect in behavior with me. I can also see the other has helped me in developing right understanding and right feeling in me. Also, the other has provided me with the necessary physical facility. So we can consider right feeling, right understanding, as well as the necessary physical facility. All those people who have helped directly or indirectly in my development, in reaching the state of excellence, I can have the feeling of gratitude. Is it not? We can refer to our LKG teachers who have first taught us alphabets and all the teachers. Similarly, we are getting all the physical facilities at our doorstep, starting from milkman, vegetable vendor, the person who brings grocery to our doorstep, the person who is bringing cylinder to our house. When we are living in apartment, we could see people are climbing the staircase to bring that cylinder. So we can remember all those people who have helped me directly or indirectly in my development. So when we remember them, it is a feeling of gratitude. For that matter, we can take any example. Suppose we are going to college. Remember who has built the road, the bus driver, who has constructed the bus, who has assembled all the raw materials, the person who have provided food for them, the person who have built that bus depot, the person who have built that accommodation, water, everything. So it goes like a chain. So we can have a feeling of gratitude to all those people. So we can ask our students the next, I'm sorry, let us complete this. Gratitude is significant in the development of relationship. So it is a significant feeling in the development of relationship. So in the next slide here, we can see, we can ask our students to list down the help we are receiving from family, friends, teachers, society, and nature. Students will immediately start writing all those people who have helped them. And hope we can see the list will be a lengthy one. We can start by giving small examples from our end. So when they are able to see that it is a continuous chain that keeps going, then they will be able to remember all those people with a feeling of gratitude, and they will start to list out all those people, not only people, the physical facility, the nature, water, sunlight, air, trees, etc. They will start to list out. So we have a feeling of gratitude for all the help we receive from everyone around us. We can start with make a list of needs, example, food that you are using throughout the day. See the people and natural environment which are immediately responsible to fulfill this need. We'll start with a cook. Then for that cook, there will be an assistant. Then there will be a person who is supplying groceries to that hostel. Then there will be a person who will be supplying vegetables. Then where the vegetables came, it came from the farmer. Then farmer was helped with the tractor, pesticides, and other materials by someone else. Then all the bullets that are used for plowing, water, sunlight, etc. So, like that, we can help our students to see how all this feeling of gratitude are connected and it goes like a chain. Yes, that's what is it said here. In the next example, make a list of people who have helped in growing that food, processing it, transporting it, and we are having the food before the plate in our dining table. Similarly, a similar thread could be seen for utensils in which we are eating, the machines which are used for cooking, the dining table, the furniture on which we sit while eating, the construction of the dining hall, construction of the house, all those people we can remember with a feeling of gratitude and also the nature. Then we can ask our students, can you count the total number of people who are directly or indirectly involved in ensuring just one meal for you? So that would be an interesting assignment for our students. Just for one meal, can we count the number of people who are directly or indirectly involved in getting this one plate of meal for me for a particular day? Definitely the count will be more. Then we can ask our students, is it only the money that provides it? Yes, we are paying money to get. But if those people do not participate in the process, will we be able to eat one meal? So here and all, we can give passes and we can get input from our students. And we can highlight the need for the feeling of gratitude. So that is what the proposal says. Gratitude is a significant feeling in a relationship. Any doubt, any queries? You can feel free to put your responses in the chat box or you can raise your hand. Hope everything is going fine so far. Okay, nice. Let us move forward. Check whether you have a feeling of gratitude for those who have made effort for you in your life. Yes, we can ask our students whether we are having a feeling of gratitude. Some people we would have forgotten. So we can ask them, do we have a feeling of gratitude for those people who have made effort in our life? Are you able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done? This is an important one because we have to see the complete picture. Sometimes our students will be saying, my father has done this, my mother has done this. But we must be able to appreciate what has not been done also, so as to get the complete picture. Or are we mostly focused on what has not been done? Sometimes our students may say that that person has not done this, that, long time that was not done. I was not given good education. I was not put in a good school. I wanted to do this course, but my father made me to join that course. I wanted to do this, but I was forced to do that. So let us check with our students. Are we focusing only on what has not been done? Or are we focusing on both? Similarly, the next question. Do you have a feeling of gratitude for other in continuous, or the feeling of gratitude comes and goes? This is a very important question. Sometimes we have a feeling of gratitude, but a week or 10 days or 50 days after, we totally forgot it. So we have to check whether we have the feeling of gratitude for the other in continuity, or is it coming and going just like that? Okay, so we can give some examples, and I'm sure definitely our students will come up with so many examples from their own experience. It will be quite interesting because some of the students will be remembering their LKG teacher or a first standard teacher, a maths teacher, a Tamil teacher, a particular teacher they will be remembering till now when they are in the college. So there we can see they have the feeling of gratitude in continuity. But sometimes they may forget someone who has helped in the right time and right place. So all these questions we can ask to our students, and we can help them to understand the feeling of gratitude, which is to be in continuity. Nice. Then the third important question. Are we making effort for ensuring the right feelings in ourselves and expressing them to the other? This is a very important question. Are we making effort to ensure right feeling and right understanding in ourselves? And are we expressing them to the other? Or we are expecting these feelings only from the other? This is also an important question. We have to help our students to draw their attention, because most of the time they expect feelings from others and they don't reciprocate. So all these questions we can discuss with our students to help them to understand the feeling of gratitude. Nice. Next, let us move to the feelings of opposition, affection, and love. So let us verify on the basis of our natural acceptance if we want to be related to none, one, many, or everyone. So we can ask the students to verify on the basis of their natural acceptance if they want to be related to none. Suppose if they say they don't want to be related, they want to be idle. We could see or hear from few students. They may say, I don't want anyone. I want to live alone. So if they say that they don't want to be related to anybody, they may say some examples. They may say some reasons like because of that bad experience, someone has cheated me, someone has betrayed me. So I don't want anybody in my life. I want to be alone. They don't want to be related to anyone, none. So is it naturally acceptable to you, the feeling of being related to none? We can ask ourselves, is it naturally acceptable? What is naturally acceptable feeling? The feeling of relationship or opposition? What do you think? what is naturally acceptable to us? The feeling of relationship or opposition? You may respond in the chat box. Yes, the feeling of relationship is naturally acceptable to us. Yes, nice, Geeta Devi. So we can ask such questions to our students. So if they say they don't want to be related to anyone, so it is a feeling of opposition, which is not naturally acceptable to us. But if some of the students justify that they don't want to be related to anyone, they want to be alone, let us put these proposals before them, keep it open. Let us not convince our students. Let us give some time for them to explore. But let us put the proposals before them and let us keep the discussion open and let us not enter into arguments. Sometimes it happens. Okay, next. If they if someone says, I want to be related to a particular person, one or few person or to many. So the feeling of being related to one, the feeling of being related to many, it is the feeling of affection for only few people. For example, my family. I have a feeling of being relatedness to my family, to my blood relations, to my friends, to my neighbors, to my classmates, but not to other classmates. So when students come up with these examples with a specific group, then it is a feeling of affection. It may be blood relation, it may be their own family members or their friends, neighbors, their classmates, their busmates, teammates, etc. So the feeling of being related to one or the feeling of being related to many is the feeling of affection. Only with few people I'm having the feeling of relatedness. Then it is a feeling of affection. Suppose if I have the feeling of being related to all, anything and everything in this existence, the feeling of being related to all, then it is a feeling of love. That is why the feeling of love is called as a complete value. We started with trust, which is a foundational value, and we are ending with the feeling of love, which is a complete value because it includes each and everything in this existence. Nothing is left out. So, the feeling of being related to all is the feeling of love. Priya Didi, namaste. Do you
Namaste,
have a
Didi.
question, Didi?
No, no, Didi.
Okay, okay. You have unmuted, that's why I asked. Nice, Didi. So, we can help our students to differentiate between these two feelings, affection and love. So, whenever we say the feeling of affection, so it is the feeling of being related to few people, acceptance of the other as one's relative, only to a certain group, certain people. Then it is a feeling of affection. When we have the feeling of being related to all, anything and everything in this existence, then it is a feeling of love, which is a complete value. Any doubt? Shall we move forward? Yes. As there are no hands raised, no questions, I think we can move forward. We can also discuss the preconditioning related to love. So these are the common misunderstandings. So this will be an interesting topic to discuss with our students, and students will come out with so many questions. They'll be referring to so many examples, any newspaper, anything. So it would be interesting for us also to help understand our students. What are the preconditionings? that exist in the name of love, a common misunderstandings. Excitement. Excitement from sensation or preconditioning is confused for feeling. They'll be having a feeling of excitement, but it is confused with the feeling of love. So we can help our students to understand the difference between the sensation and preconditioning by giving some examples. Yes, that we are going to see. So this we have already discussed. The imagination in the self is governed by three factors. It may be precondition, it may be sensation, or it may be natural acceptance. Then we can give some examples. What is precondition, what is sensation, and what is natural acceptance. So this pie chart, we can show that the content of imagination. Imagination, which is an activity in the self, which is an activity of the self. The content of imagination is governed by either precondition or sensation or natural acceptance. Now let us take the sensation first. Sensation, lust, getting from other. So whenever we are taking for our students, the college students, definitely they may be attracted towards the other, a feeling of sensation, which is lust. So there we can see that they want to get that sensation from the other, which is here the continuity is not possible because we are expecting something from the other, the sensation, where the continuity is not possible. Next, preconditioning, infatuation. So it is quite common in schools and colleges that they attract towards the opposite gender, which is an infatuation. But because of their age, because of that adolescent period, because of that hormones, they start to believe, they start to assume that it is love, love at first sight. Also, at that age, they assume that they need to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It is a preconditioning that once we enter into a college, I must have a girlfriend or boyfriend. Only then I will be accepted. Only then I am a college going student. Like that, because of seeing cinema, media, and other things, few students may be preconditioned that they need to have a girlfriend or boyfriend once they enter into college. Is it not? And there is also a comparison that the other is having four girlfriend, three boyfriend, but I'm having only one, then I'm inferior. So all these are preconditioning. Sometimes students will come out with different questions. What is wrong in having a girlfriend, boyfriend like that? They may come out. But we can help them to draw their attention. Why girlfriend or boyfriend? Can it be simply a friend? Like that we can ask. And we can help our students that here also in the preconditioning continuity is not possible. Then what is naturally acceptable to us? Right understanding is naturally acceptable to us. The love, which is a feeling of being related to all, not to a particular person. The feeling of being related to all, responsible towards all, and giving to all. It is not that getting from others. When we say lust, the sensation, the sensation I want to get from other. That is why the continuity is not possible. If the other person has something went wrong and the relationship broke, so you cannot get that sensation from the other. So the continuity is not possible. But when we talk about the feeling of love, which is a naturally acceptable feeling, that means right understanding. I'm having the feeling of right understanding and right feeling, and the feeling of being related to all. So whenever I feel that I'm related to all, I'm committed and responsible towards all. I will be able to give help to the other. I will be able to provide right understanding and right feeling to the other, even if they misbehave. So that is a feeling of love. I'm responsible towards their well being. But what happens in the name of love today? Every time we can see some news, the other person who ignored the love, who ignored the proposal of love, the other person kills the other, throws acid. So we can draw some examples like this and we can ask our students, is it love? Suppose if the relationship breaks up and if the other throws acid, is it love? Since she or he has rejected the proposal, killing them, is it love? We can ask our students. We can get their reflections also. So, when we talk about the feeling of love, it is being related to all, responsible towards all, and giving, even if the other ignores, even if the other misbehaves. So, that is the feeling of love. So, when I have the feeling of love, we can see it is in continuity because the feeling of love is ensured within me. That is because of right understanding and right feeling, which is ensured within me. So it is not dependent on external factors. It is not dependent on the external person outside. So we can see there is continuity in the feeling of love. Is it not? Because it is ensured within myself. It is not dependent on the other. In that case, we can see the feeling of love is in continuity. Any doubts? Any reflections here? Any of your students' experiences, their sharings about the feeling of love? You may raise hand. Okay. So if there are no queries, I think we can move forward. Yes. Once trust, respect, affection, care, guidance are ensured within, then the feeling of being related to all follows naturally. Yes. When we ensure these feelings, starting with trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, then automatically the outcome of it is the feeling of being related to all follows naturally. Yes. With this, we are completing the feelings, the 9 feelings. So let us sum up. Affection. Affection is the feeling of being related to the other with few people or many people. With affection, one has the responsibility and commitment for mutual fulfillment in the relationship. So when we have the feeling of affection, we have the responsibility and commitment for mutual fulfillment in the relationship. Next, we move to the feeling of excellence. Excellence is understanding and living in harmony at all 4 levels of living. Making effort for excellence and competing with other is not the same thing. So we have discussed in length the difference between excellence and competition. So for example, in a class, Only one student can come first in the class, but all the students can make effort for excellence. So excellence and competition are different. Okay. So that we have to clearly draw the difference between these two, excellence and competition to our students. Then the feeling of reverence. Reverence is the feeling of acceptance for excellence. For those people who have attained excellence, we can have a feeling of reverence towards them. The next feeling is gratitude. Gratitude is a feeling for those who have made efforts in terms of providing help in the process of my development or for my excellence. So for those people, I can have a feeling of gratitude. And the feeling of gratitude is to be in continuity. It shouldn't come and go just like that, forgetting their help, not like that. Then the next feeling is love. Love is the feeling of being related to all. That is why it is called as a complete value. There are several preconditionings related to love which need to be rightly evaluated. So we can discuss some examples for preconditioning, sensation, and we can ask our students what is naturally acceptable to us. So with this, we are completing all the 9 feelings. Let us look into some assignments also. Yes. Suggest ways in which we can develop affection among different batches in an institute or students of the same batch. For example, students may be belonging to a particular branch, for example, computer science. Then we can ask, how can we develop affection among computer science students, arts students, engineering students, so different batches in an institute. Similarly, we can ask students of the same batch, for example, computer science first year students, how can we develop affection? Like that, we can ask our students. Then make a list of people that you take inspiration from. Students will be saying, he or she is my role model, he or she inspires me. So we can ask our students to prepare a list of people, evaluate if they are living in harmony or making effort to do so. Because students will be quoting one or two celebrities, personalities, sports persons, and they may take inspiration from them. But let us ask them, are they living in harmony? Or at least are they making effort to live in harmony? Then let us evaluate the feeling you have for them. Is it over, under, or otherwise evaluation? Evaluate if they are helping others to live in harmony. Just a minute. Sorry for that. So we can ask the students to evaluate the feeling. Is it over, under, or otherwise evaluation or right evaluation? Because they would have over evaluated a particular person because of their having some skill. So we can help them to differentiate among these 3 types of evaluation. Similarly, evaluate if they are helping others to live in harmony. In case if they are living in harmony, are they are extending help to others to live in harmony? Note a few things that you would like to learn from them. What is that you want to learn from those persons? We can ask them to list a few steps that you need to take to work for excellence. So, what is the effort we have to take to work for excellence? So, all these examples, questions we can give our students. Also, make a list of people in your family, in the college, and in the larger society who are directly or indirectly responsible to fulfill your needs. Who are those people who are helping you directly or indirectly to fulfill all your needs? The next question: what is your feeling for them? What is your interaction with them? What is your contribution in terms of understanding, feeling, and physical facility to them? And lastly, we can distinguish between the feeling of love and infatuation. So, with this, we are completing the session, all the 9 feelings. Any doubts, any queries? Few more minutes are left. Any queries, any doubts, we can take it up. Didi is saying no, Didi. Okay, Didi, nice. Whenever we are discussing these feelings, we'll be getting so many doubts, reflections, sharing from our students. So, from their sharing, from their reflections, we can take the proposal forward. So, if there are no queries, I think we can stop here. Once again, thank you so much for your active participation and listening. Parikshit Bhaiya,
जी थैंक यू गीता
can
दीदी
we close Bhaiya?
जी thank you Gita Didi for the nice sharing and we'd like to have more such exploration so we'll meet again next Wednesday same time. Thank you all the co-explorers and thank you